Hello, and welcome to this short little video that I put together to talk about the things that I go through every time I start a new stream. So there's quite a few steps and little nuances to how I do this. The order is important, as well as the individual specific things to make sure everything flows smoothly from start to finish of the stream and to make post-stream processing simpler for me. So we'll bounce over to my desktop here and get to talking about it. So the first thing I do is I log into whatever browser that I'm going to use for looking at my dashboard, my chat, all those types of things, right? Which in this case, I've opened up Firefox and I've opened up Twitch TV. Important thing to note is that usually this video plays, so don't be startled. It can get you sometimes. Then I just log in to whatever account I'm using, like here in this case, it's DataStax Devs. Go to the Creator dashboard. And then I right-click on Events and open it at a new tab. Here I can see the next session coming up, which is my DSE C# hour. And I grab the title, come over here, paste it in, and then if there's a little bit extra, I just grab in all of that lanyap and I put it in here. But I like this little default message that Hannah put in a while ago. I keep that. There's also tags. You have to put in the tags here or they don't get saved for the video after the fact with Twitch, okay? It's the same thing with the title and such. Those things are set and they're saved for the video and they're used to announce the video to your followers. So you need to make sure these are set before you actually click start streaming. So I've already got all the tags I need. And they're very specific ones, like I say, add cash game or whatever it is that you're streaming, the topics, and then select that and it'll add it in here. You can only add 5, I believe. And then there's the, I think standard ones are like English and creative and IRL. I don't know why those are default. I mean, I might not speak English, parlez-vous français or something. So anyway, you update that, you save it, and everything's set here in the dashboard. Now, the only other thing that you might want to do is if you don't want to look back in here to monitor like the video itself as it's streaming, because it'll stream here, you'll need to keep the volume down because otherwise you'll get the weird echo playback. But chat is very important in Twitch streams, and you should go in here and at least grab this so you can kind of break it out and set it over here. And then you can put your actual content like in this area and just share out the window of that content via OBS. So the next step, once all that's done, is you can now open up OBS and get all this stuff set up. Let's say I'm using IntelliJ, right? Bloop, here we go. And I'm going to just have that right here to share for the moment. Let's just create a new project real quick. Oh, this might take a second. But anyway, so spring, because, everybody springs. MVC, that looks super great, and we'll just finish it. It'll be an untitled project, and that should open up in a second. Meanwhile, you want to get your screen still, the start logo, basically, of the session on display. So I've clicked studio mode because it shows the screen that will come up to the left right there. Yeah, right there. And then the one that's right above me here is the one that's actually active. So if this one's active, and then I set the next screen up, which will be my intro video, that's that 10-minute countdown to the next thing. And then when I do click start streaming, I can immediately just click fade, and it'll bounce the intro video in and start playing back that video. Now I've also got a chat too, which shows you where the chat window is going to show up on that countdown. And here's the Streamlabs chat widget that I've added. So even during the countdown, during the session, whenever, I'm able to interact with people that have logged in and started viewing the stream. It'll also show the announcement of the stream as it starts in session and everything. So all that's all set and ready. Now I also set levels. I've learned that this is very important. You got to get your mic set where you don't want it in the red. If it's in the red, you get the scratchy, like a cat's digging at your microphone effect, and it's very annoying to listeners. What you want it to be in between is in that yellow zone. If it's in that yellow zone, you've made it perfectly audible for the listeners of the session. Now, if you have other things, like let's say you've launched Pretzel, which is the music listening service, right? So let's get in here. We'll go to Pretzel Rocks. And you just click play in browser and you get something playing, okay? There's our volume. Now let's open up OBS. See, the volume's pretty high right now. Bring it down to a reasonable level. And it's usually between -40 and -45. And that makes it nice background music for the listeners. And, whoops, I got to get it on both my recording and my OBS that I'm showing you. So when you move it down to that level, it's good for the listeners so that you don't have dead air space. And your mic, as long as you have it up, you're still perfectly audible with a little bit of background music. Using Pretzel, make sure that you don't violate any copyrights or get dinged. So just a nice little effect there for everybody. And of course, if you don't like to listen to music while you're in a session, that's fine too. You don't have to do that. Just an idea, another option if you want to try it out. Then you click Start Streaming. You get that screen still over there. Get the video into the countdown. And while this is occurring, you can even crank up the music, right? For the stream. So people can listen to it since they just have that empty thing, and then just kill the music or whatever once you start your stream. So all in all, that's pretty much my checklist for whenever I start a stream to make sure that the video is named appropriately, has a little bit of a description, and is ready to be exported to YouTube or wherever else it's got to go once I'm done streaming. Hope that was helpful. Cheerio, y'all.